It was 5 years ago that I went with Don Francisco to the Indies. His appointment to the Viceroyship of India by the young King Manuel had shocked the Portuguese court. Don Francisco was the champion of King Juan, the deceased cousin of the recently crowned king, and the Almeidas had favored a rival claimant to the Portuguese throne. The king's intentions were the topic of many hushed whispers. We sailed for many months across the edge of the world, preyed upon by pirates, storms, and disease. But as our leaky ships rounded the southern cape of Africa, we saw the first glimmers of the riches of the Orient. 3 mighty citadels guarded the lucrative trade waters of the Swahili coast, where merchants traded ivory, gold, spices, and jewels from the innards of Africa to the fringes of faraway China. Weathered by the long voyage, Don Francisco sought trade and hospitality from the first of these citadels. But her stubborn ruler, a usurper who had slain the rightful sultan, arrogantly closed his gates to us. Finding an exiled African prince with ties to a rebel army, my captain cunningly hatched a plan to take the Swahili coast by fire and steel.
The rebel prince promises us an army to conquer Kilwa, but he could also make an effective bribe to gain the city's trust.
Sim, entendido. Sim, farei Loé. Entendido. Sim. As armas! Avançar! Atacar! As armas! Quais são farei vossas ordens? Entendido. Farei Loé. Sim.
We have thrown the dice behind the rebel prince. Kilwa will burn!
Quais são as vossas ordens? Sim. Ao seu farei dispor. Entendido. Sim, farei Loé. Sim, farei Loé. Quais são as vossas ordens? Sim, as armas! Ao seu dispor. Avançar! Ao seu dispor. As armas! Atacar! Avançar! Sim, farei sim, entendido. As armas! Ao seu dispor. Quais são as vossas ordens? Sim, farei Loé. Ao seu dispor. Farei Loé. Avançar! Sim, as armas! Entendido. Farei Loé. Atacar! Quais são as vossas ordens? Sim, entendido. Farei Loé. Entendido, sim.
Zanzibar profits from the peace we have brought to Africa. It would please our king to collect his just due from Zanzibar's merchants.
Farei Loé. Entendido. Sim. Farei Loé. Entendido. Sim. As armas. Entendido. Avançar. Sim. Ao seu dispor. Sim. As armas! Sim, farei Loé. Quais são as vossas ordens? Sim, avançar! Quais são as vossas
Farei
ordens? Quais são as vossas ordens? Ao seu dispor. Sim, avançar.
The cowardly Emir flees half-naked into the forest. His silk kaftans alone will finance our war with Mombasa. The Swahili coast is ours! We have seized the riches of Africa and flung open the gates to the Indies with fire and steel!
Empires are built on the ruins of dead empires. The pile of burnt stone we left in Mombasa, once a palace, was the foundation of the new empire of Portugal. Our conquest of the Swahili coast sent waves across the Indian Ocean to the wealthy trading cities of Zanzibar, Mogadishu, Calicut, and others. We were met with either fearful gifts or the closed gates of those with the foolishness to challenge our cannons. Few would continue to make that mistake. After months at sea, we reached our goal, the rich Malabar coast of India, land of 1,000 gods, and a haven for spices, gold, and silver. In the brackish lagoons of Kerala, among temples dedicated to strange serpent gods, we established our trading posts in the cities of Kannanur and Cochin. From these cities, my captain and his son Lorenzo cunningly manipulated the feuding Rajas and Sultans. They maneuvered through the politics of spice and faith, always with an eye for the most profitable outcome. One Hindu prince, however, defied us. This nameless ruler of Calicut, known only by the title the Zamorin, threatened to break the carefully crafted deals and rivalries from which Portugal profited. My sword and shrewd tongue, giving no credence to differences of religion or race, he gained allies in the Rajas, in the Sultans, and in rulers as far away as Egypt and Venice. Even our allies among the Indians fell for his intrigue. The treacherous Kolathiri Raja, Prince of Kannanur, betrayed us for the Zamorin's gold. Surrounded by enemies, it seemed that the hands of fate had turned so quickly against us.
Sim, sim, as armas! Ao seu dispor.
They have broken through! Fight for Portugal and São Jorge!
Sim, entendido. Atacar! Ao seu dispor.
It is good the gate is broken. No one will accuse us of hiding behind walls. Better to die burning their city than cower like cornered dogs.
Olá! Construir.
Spies report that the Zamorin employs Italian engineers to arm his ships with cannons. We must destroy the ships before they set to sea.
Farei. Quais são as vossas
Atacar!
ordens? Entendido. Sim, entendido.
We have sunk the Zamorins' cannon galleons.
Estou pronto.
Farei.
Construir.
A fortress worthy of Sant'Angelo.
Sim.
The Zamorin flees in a flurry of robes on a mangy camel. But I do not think this victory has ended our war.
Though the Zamorin limped away from Cananor bloodied, his resolve was untouched by our cannons. In driving men to war, gold can be more powerful than God. For centuries, the wealth of the Indies had passed through the Indian Ocean, carried by Arab, Indian, and Somali merchants to the port cities of Arabia, Egypt, and Africa. From there, endless caravans carried wealth across the desert to Alexandria, and then to Istanbul, Venice, and Genoa. By rounding Africa, Portuguese traders had upset the traditional balance of this world. With our forts in India, we cut the trade that had enriched the Muslim sultans and Venetian doge alike. Dom Francisco held a knife to the throats of our enemies, and as the lion fed, vultures and jackals appeared. We had taken the other side of the world by storm, but our old enemies followed. As the Zamorin beat his war drums, Ottomans and Egyptians rallied to him. Their ships were carried over the desert and rebuilt by treacherous Venetians. In India, an unlikely Russian renegade called Malik Ayaz raised the Muslim armies of Gujarat in defense of the Hindu Zamorin. Gold had truly become more powerful than God. As this coalition of Hindus, Muslims, and Christians descended on us, liars and jackals flocked to the court of King Manuel. They filled his ears with lies that Dom Francisco had betrayed Portugal and convinced the young king to dispatch an armada led by Alfonso de Albuquerque to relieve my captain of the viceroyship. Dom Francisco, however, was in no mood for politics. Tragedy struck off the coast of Chaul. In a heroic naval battle, my captain's beloved son Lorenzo was slain by Amir Hussein, admiral of the Mamluk fleet of Egypt. Though he deeply loved his son, Dom Francisco did not shed tears for his death. In repayment, my captain vowed to shed blood.
By order of His Majesty, you are to be relieved as Viceroy of India and return to Portugal for inquiry into your activities in the Indies.
Por Deus, sim, ao seu disparo correto, sim. Quais são as
The king does not know the pain of a son's death. Send the priests to Albuquerque's men to promise them God and gold if they follow me. Not even the king will deny my vengeance.
Por Deus, entendido. Farei-lo-ei. Farei, entendido. Sim, farei-lo-ei. Por Deus. Sim, farei-lo-ei. Entendido. Sim. Ao seu dispor. Quais são as vossas ordens? Por Deus. Sim, farei-lo-ei. Sim, farei-lo-ei. Sim, farei-lo-ei. Atacar. Quais são as vossas ordens? Sim.
This is madness, Francisco. We stand at the heathen's gate and you kill your fellow Christians? For what? For your own vanity?
Ao seu dispor. Quais são as vossas ordens? As armas. Farei-lo-ei. Avançar. Entendido. Sim. Reparar. Ao seu dispor. Sim. Quais são? Farei-lo-ei. As armas. Ao seu dispor. Entendido. Farei-lo-ei. Quais são? Farei-lo-ei.
Send a priest to Albuquerque to seal my command with God's grace.
Ao seu dispor. Quais são as ordens? Ao seu dispor. Quais são as vossas ordens? Sim.
Send Albuquerque away. Malik Ayaz plans to execute our brothers in Diu. We have little time to defeat him.
Quais as vossas ordens? Sim, farei-lo-ei. Entendido. Quais são as vossas ordens?
Build our defenses. We will make our stand against the Turks and Egyptians over the ruins of India.
As armas! Sim! Avançar! Ao seu dispor, farei do way. Sim! As armas! Farei do way. Atacar! Quais são farei do way. Avançar! Ao seu dispor. Entendido. Sim. Farei o way. Entendido. Sim. Atacar. As armas. Avançar. Avançar. Atacar. As armas. Ao seu dispor.
If the Turkish Sultan wishes for more of his pashas to die, he will send them to me.
Sim, farei do way. Farei do way. Atacar. Entendido. As armas. Sim. Avançar. Entendido.
I have shed enough blood for my son. Release Albuquerque and give him my banner. It is time for me to return home.
With his son's death avenged, Dom Francisco surrendered the viceroyship of India and wrote his final chapter. He would not return to his beloved Portugal. Landing in southern Africa to collect water, his party was ambushed by the Khoikhoi natives. We found his body on that forsaken white beach. In the 5 years since we departed Lisbon, we followed Don Francisco to the edge of the earth. We fought ebony-skinned warriors in the jungles and savannas of Africa, battled Mamluk sailors on the decks of galleys heaving in the monsoon waves, and struggled against armies of elephants and camels in the sprawling cities of India. Our caravels had taken us to the distant shores unknown to our ancestors, and awoken Europe to a world beyond our dreams.